Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. It's a little late so I have to keep it low, and if you see like drops of water, it's because my hair is still wet. So I did a minimalist reading about DM and DF's energy. This time around it'll be solely about the masculine energy. Messages for DM or messages from DM. So welcome everyone. And Happy New Year to you all. Oh, what's going on here? This here is a crazy message, people. The two things that I'm channeling is like a lot of DMs actually closing up a cycle. They come in many in numbers, and getting ready for this union too. You can see it for yourself. And another thing that I am channeling is like the fact that some of you will have to rectify or to correct their financial situation too. Is a little bit like once that there is like taken care of, you can get your unions DMs. It's funny, but the pentacles are attached to your union, and I'm telling you, to this 10 of pentacles, yet again a lot of DMs are like closing a cycle. I cannot clarify the cards, only 3 at a time, and getting ready for union. And this here, they come in many, people, and they are real. Let's do 2021. What I'm feeling here, people, is like if the masculine energy had the chance to talk to you, they would tell you, like literally to the world card, that they have a change of mind, people. And somehow to this high priestess, that they know about this twin flame thing and the idea of being in union with you. And to this 10 of pentacles here, I can see this type of communications coming from a lot of masculines too this year, to tell you also a little bit like you were right, like you've always known feminine. It's funny, but you heard the message, I can literally see it here, which would make sense, that high priestess to the union card is like, to tell you somehow you were right, or that they are on the same level as you are mentally, and that they want the same thing, this union here. And believe me, the high priestess, that they know about this whole like soul journey. This here is the year of the lovers, and you see how like these two come in line. Oh, if you knew. Like I'm speaking of DFs, because I know that most of the people watching this reading are going to be like women, but this is for the masculine. I'm telling you, you will be looking in the same direction as your DM, and I know it here to the lovers, and some of them are coming to tell you just that, this here. Believe me, what I'm trying to say here is that, to the divine masculine, that like chasing energy from the feminine is actually repulsive, So when the feminine energy cuts the masculine energy off, you can see the lover's energy coming from that. Masculines, you're getting like the right type of mindset, because your feminine is not in your life at the end of the day. And feminine, if you manage to create space from your person, that's the attractive, or like, pulling energy to your person, to that high priestess. Believe me, he loves it. He loves it. The more you cut him off, literally, the more he loves it. And that's that. I know it to that Lover's card, you know. It's like a mirroring energy. He loves it. What I'm seeing here for masculines is definitely for you too, that sense of new love, you know, in your life this year. And it has to do with divine connections, and you are going to find some joy, you know, believe me. And for the ones who will not be in their, with their feminine, so I hope you heard what I say. I can see new love coming here for some of you in the form of a divine connection, you know, and for you, like you would rejoice over that. And other DMs, what I'm feeling here is like, you know, this here is an idea, a little bit of focus to me right now. And I know it to that Lover's card, you know, it's like, you know, my girl or the feminine energy has cut me off. I'm going to be intimate with some people, but at the end of the day, I know of this connection, so all of that will only be like, you know, just like third parties. But I'm worried about her, the woman or the feminine energy cutting me off. I'm sure of this connection that we have, but at the end of the day, I'm going for a little bit of fun in my life, you know. Can I give you an advice, DMs? Because I've been giving the right type of advice to the feminine energy, which finds itself exactly in this energy here. If you maybe feminines are allowed to enjoy their lives, you know, like right now, believe me. But this lover energy to the masculine energy, it has a twist, people. If you decide to go about this thing here, there are going to be consequences, meaning you have no choice but to come closer to your feminine. Wasting any time and feeling like, you know, you can distract yourself with karmics is not going to get you any closer to this type of woman here. It's funny. If it was like a feminine reading, I'd see that, I'd be like, yeah, you gotta, you know, have fun. But because it's a masculine reading and I see this, I'm like, you know what, you cannot do that, you know. Believe me. Believe the stuff that I'm telling you. Masculine energy, like having karmic energies, is not part of what you're supposed to do. Some of you DMs just have to go ahead and do right by your children, you know, until like they're old enough to, you know, to do what they have to do for themselves. That's the thing that you're supposed to. So for anybody who's listening, take care of your children is one thing that I have to say here to the masculine energy. And then another thing I'm feeling is like, just remember the stuff that I told you. You cannot distract yourself here. Well, I can see it here. You know, it's like it's been such a long time. It is time for you to give out this offer here to the feminine energy. And that's the right thing to do. That's what you should be focused on, you know. And believe me, if I take that in reverse, not the third party. Stay cool, you know, focus on your love. You say you know what this here is. Well, you know, just aim for the union and for nothing else, you know. And especially not karmics. You've taken too long already. The right thing to do is to make this offer here. It's been too long. Like time is literally not on your side, you know. Yeah. It's funny, people, do you see that like karma or like that sense of justice definitely coming towards you? I can tell you something, you know, to this King of Pentacles here is like, you know, for DMs, do you realize that you're playing with your livelihood a little bit, with your life, you know, with your existence? I can tell you that, you know, to that justice card here. this offer that you think that you have time for, or that you refuse to make, it determines like everything about who you are going to be in the future. And I'm talking about the real you, like your condition, you know. Believe me, people, it determines your life. It's like, I don't know how to explain this. It is the way that I'm seeing it here, and I'm waiting for a strong like Ace of Wands or of Pentacles. But I'm telling you, this offer to your to your divine feminine, you know, masculine, is going to determine who you're going to be or who you're going to turn, you know. It is vital to you. And I hope that you heard that, you know. And how I know it, you know, is to that line here too. Do you see that? It's like you're taking so long. Do you see like the Justice and the Chariot card, you know, when it comes to this here, that there is a little bit like a rite of passage, you know, in this offer here. Now that you know of the connection, the next step is to do something about this stuff here. Otherwise, it's going to affect who you are going to be. Some of you have just like taken their distance from the feminine energies. Literally, like there is nothing. I don't know how to explain this. Like, I don't even know for some of you if she knows how you feel for each other, that you think of her the same way she thinks of you. And I'll tell you why. It's because you're trapped, you know. I never really considered this, you know. But like this here is a little bit like the post first encounter, you know, traumatic stress disorder or something like that. It's like, you know, the runner goes through the dark night of the soul phase too. And some of you, you're just taking your distance, you know, physically from your person, just because you're undergoing that there, like, you know, the dark night of the soul of the initial runner a little bit. That's funny. It's like, you know, most of these feminines don't really know what DMs, you know, go through. Yeah. I can feel somebody here who could literally talk to his feminine or like DF right now. But the only reason why he's not is because he's totally messed up himself too over the fact that he ran away from this here. Oh. Yeah. I can see it here, somebody in the hermit energy and isolating themselves, you know, from the situation, or like going away from it, if not running away from it, you know. It's like, well, let me walk away from this thing. I don't even deserve this thing, is what I can hear. Two masculines, you know, you can see yourselves here, you over there, like, you know, just looking at the ceiling, you know, readings, your watch, you know, your phones or whatsoever. Do you understand that the time is now? And to that Page of Wands, I'll tell you, you don't even have so much of it left, you know, and I'll tell you why. It's because of her here, sorry. Do you see the World card underneath? Do you even see like the masculine energy? Like, she is completely straight. She knows who she is and what she wants and what not. And you know, with or without this union, at the end of the day, she's good, you know. I don't know if you're getting the memo, but you know, we've been telling you, many of the Fs, you know, telling the masculines, you know, we're not joking with you anymore. And you over there contemplating, literally social distancing yourself from the feminine energy. And some of you guys, is just because, you know, you're messed up over running away from her or from the feminine energy. Well, I'm telling you, DMs, the time is now, and it won't wait. It's like now. Is because of her. Yeah, if you're a divine feminine and you're watching, please understand that these DMs here, they have love for you. You know, their counterpart, I know it here, you know. They have love for you because of that connection that you guys share, you know, and believe me, they're just, they hide the love. And a lot of DMs, believe me, are hiding, you know, that dark night of the soul energy from you, the stress, the depression, all of these things from you. That's exactly what they're hiding. They're literally hiding the good and the bad from you while they're like contemplating this thing for some of you. And if not, though I'm not supposed to go back, I can tell you some DMs are either like taking 2-3 steps back in order to jump, you know, further, if you know what I mean. And others are just like petrified or something, and they don't know what to do about this thing. Well, you know, no matter what's the situation, DMs, this like hangman energy needs to come to an end, and it is time for it. And I hope that you heard, you know, I had like divine confirmation. And believe me, you know, DFs, they hide the love and the stress basically that this journey is causing them from you. But you know, it is the truth, you know. They hide the love and what it's doing to them too. That's what maybe a DM does, you know. Yeah, that's what they do. It's funny, that's really what they do. And I'll tell you what it does to the masculine energy. It traps the masculine energy. It like separates it literally from like the love that they've always wanted, you know. But I'm telling you another thing too. This year here, I know it to that cup energy too. I can see enough, you know, many divine masculines actually freeing themselves, you know, from all of this here to be able to enjoy this love here. Because I believe, yeah, he's out and he's out too. So that's the next one in line, you know. It's about the feelings, you know, the love. You will see that, you know, because of the love, DMs will embrace, you know, this like the good, the bad, the ugly that comes along, you know, with this journey. And believe me, people, it will free them so that they'll be able to enjoy this love here with you. And I hope that you heard me. That's what's coming for the masculine energy. A lot of them hide to you, DFs, what they're truly feeling inside, you know. And you should know that. Ooh. Oh, some of them are definitely coming for you. And that's all I'll have to say. And I know it to that Queen of Swords here, you know, is the energy that I encourage, you know, the Fs to be in. Do you see that to the 10 of Wands and like the Death card? A definite change or like clear cut or separation. Something that has got to give. Believe me, you know, is for your feminine. You will make like major move. I can see it here to that Ace of Pentacle for your feminine, for the love that you have for her. This here a little bit, it feels like whatever it takes, you know, because it's got to be her. Whatever it takes. Like whatever it takes. And that's that. This here, this Temperance, and to that Empress, and even the High Priestess, and even the Union card. This here is your forgiveness, people. I mean, the DF's forgiveness. He regrets the way he treated you. I know it's because of all of this cup figure underneath, you know, the only one missing had to be her. He regrets the way that he treated you because at the end of the day, your DM loves you. That's what's happening to the DM's energy. And believe me, to that Death card and then the Temperance card, you know, in line. He needs your forgiveness, people. And if you're a DM listening, then you would know it for yourself. Whatever the dynamic between you and your counterpart, if you feel like you're having the masculine energy, then you know that you've hurt your person, you know, and yes, her forgiveness is like key. But you know, to that High Priestess and the Union card, you, masculine, should know that your DM is going, your DF is going to forgive you. You should know that. And you see it here to that Seven of Swords. DMs, your DF is also hiding, you know, the way she's feeling for you. Just know it to that High Priestess and the Union that's coming your way, you know. If you make the right moves, you see it here to these cards here. For her, literally, you won't have to regret anything. She's going to forgive you. She will forgive you. You see what I'm trying to tell you to that Empress? She will forgive you. This here, I can see it in the Hermit, is like, you know, the separation literally from your person, you know, is something that's like conflicting DMs, you know. That's exactly what I'm seeing here. It's like, you know, feminines tend to think that, you know, the masculine energy is totally insensitive to this thing here and everything. Well, just these two cards here prove me otherwise, you know. You can see the masculine energy being in the energy of regret, knowing that they've got to do something, actually feeling lonely, feeling the love, feeling the connection, and feeling conflicted over this thing here. And believe me, people, knowing your worth, you know, even to the High Priestess in some form, and to that Temperance card again, just wishing for your forgiveness. That's exactly what I'm seeing. And all of these things here is because you are in the Queen of Swords energy on them, you know, feminines. Yeah, you've become, you know, emotionally independent from your masculine energy. Letting go. And healing. But that's not your reading, DFs. But that's exactly what's going on, believe me. This here, I can see it, you know, to the masculine energy here in the Emperor is like a lot of DMs have to find to their emotional stability. And I know that like Three of Cups is underneath here. It has to do with that too, believe me. To these two kings here, you know, the one who loves and the one who lives, you know, believe me. Is like to find to the emotional independence, you know, where they no longer have to lie to anybody, just to be themselves, you know. Disconnect themselves with the Hermit card from certain things, you know. And I can tell you this here is actually upright, though, you know, you could think, you know, disconnecting, you know, in reverse, like letting go. Absolutely not, you know. This is like sticking to the healing process. No matter what may come, you know, that's going to mess him up like mentally. Because I can tell you the Nine of Wands is coming up soon. Like DMs get triggered too. So for you, it's like, you know, just stick to your plan as to, you know, this here is the version of you that she will love, you know. You're balanced, so, you know, you're out of certain behaviors. And DMs, you're advised, you know, to hold on to the process of healing in this thing here, to not let go of it, you know. And I hope that you caught the message. I'm sorry, I'm a little like OCD, you know, no matter how it looks. Because I got like lip balm and it went on my cards. This here to me is the idea of the here and now, which is funny. I would talk about, you know, something as insignificant, you know, but the here and now. DMs, I hope that you understand that, like, starting right now, you no longer have to be by yourself. If I take that card in reverse, You can actually build something with your counterpart, some kind of alliance, partnership between you two. A phone call, if nothing else, you know, but it starts somewhere, and I can see it here to this Cups energy, just to let your counterpart know that you guys are feeling the same way, you know. And maybe some of you even try to talk to your person and to tell them, you know, because I refuse to believe that the masculine energy is the type that goes round and round like aimlessly, you know. That's not like how they think. Maybe some of you have even tried, you know, to talk to your person about, you know, I'm aware of this thing here now. And I'm not sure that she could listen to you a little bit. And I know that that's the truth, because she's also like the impulsive one here. It's really funny what I'm getting. But I can tell that like one DM that's listening to me has been in like a situation like that, trying to reach out, and for some reason, you know, let me see the last card. Oh, I wish I could draw some more. But I can feel it, you know. Some of you, she could not even listen to the stuff that you had to say last time you tried to reach out to her. And I can tell you something starting now, and it's the truth, you know, to this like Ace of Wands here. Believe me, people, you can get closer to your person no matter what's the situation that you're in. You just have to have like a cool talk or like a true conversation. I don't know, but this here is like, do you understand what this couple like represents, you know? They are like adults. Their conversations have rhythm. They respect each other. They're looking in the right, in the same direction, the right direction. I don't know how to explain this, you know. You can have those things with your person starting now. All you have to do is to make sure that you healed, you know, before you reach out. But I can see it here. It's like if you reach out, it's going to spark something. And that's what I'm here to tell you. Where are my cards? And that's like a possibility or a chance too. And you can even see it in the Fool card, you know. That's like you have your way, you have a possibility now. The connection is real. You guys are thinking the same way. Take the chance. And I can see it here again, like take the chance. This here, you don't have to believe me. A spirit like literally telling the masculine energy, listen to the woman now. Like this woman here and now. I can tell you what I'm seeing here. And it's funny that I just said that to you. Some of you are going to encounter this year, like a little bit like this year, she's the one who's going to come for payback, you know. And if not payback, she'll be like the receipt. And if she's not the receipt, she'll be like the verdict or something like that. She's coming with the pain that you have caused her. And some of you will not be able to go around that. Believe me, to that Fool card, you know. It's like what's coming next is the wrath of this woman here for the stuff that you have done to her, because she hurt, you know, immensely. And I can tell you something else. Why she would come up, you know, like with receipts or like really confident is because this girl here took the time to heal herself. And I'm sorry for being tongue-tied, but then I know it's the truth, you know. It's because of the heartbreak that you have caused her. Excuse me, it was intense, and it's a little bit like she forgave, but she did not forget it, you know. That's what's coming your way. And your job. I don't know if the Eight of Pentacles is out yet. It's going to be like to bring this back into balance, you know, in the future, believe me, by spending time with her and in the chasing energy. You gotta visualize this future with this woman here, and it starts with spending time with her. And believe me, to that Seven of Swords, for the masculine energy, not to be ashamed to be in the runner's energy, in the chaser's energy, sorry. That's the least you can do for her after the stuff that you have done for her. You have no reason to be proud, DM. You should at least, you should actually swallow your pride a little bit when it comes to this woman that you've hurt, or this feminine energy that you have hurt in the past, you know. But you are advised to envision, you know, the future in a form of spending time together or being in touch with each other, and not be afraid to be in the chaser's energy. And I'm telling you, what you gotta see in the future too is that, like, there are consequences, you know, from the pain that you have inflicted your DF, and she's coming with those consequences. And I hope you heard me. Yeah, those obstacles, and they come in many. This here I can see like arguments, plain and simple. Arguments about the past, many arguments, and happening for many people, because the feminine energy is going to have to offload literally this like pain that she once felt. And believe me, that should tell you something, you know. Masculine is like your DF has healed, you know. If she's like, if she gives it to you, you know, she'll give you like concrete example, times, dates where you broke her heart. Mind you, this is the Queen of Pentacles. She comes with like facts, you know. In these arguments here, like these things, or like, I don't know, it's going to be like her nagging about it, or like some things like that. My advice to you is just be quiet and listen to the woman. That's the right thing to do. Just listen to her. Just like vent or like rant or whatever she's got to do, because she's coming with that type of energy, believe me. Many times over for many of you. That's what's coming in 2021, you know, for many of you. And you can see it to that Judgment card for many of you too. Is going to be like, you know, I don't know if I can take this, you know, to that Judgment card. And even the Six of Pentacles, you know, underneath that is like, you know, do I really deserve such a treatment or something? And you guys are going to be doubting this thing, or like, you know, it'll be too much for some of you to handle. Like, you know, she'll never get over it, like if it would have been a Ten of Swords instead. All I can say is like, push through, you know, and just keep this union here in mind, the connection in mind, the love in mind, you know. She's going to push you to your limits, and I believe some of them are going to do that purposely, people. Not that I would. Yeah, they are going to do that purposely. Yeah, I can even see it to that like Eight of Pentacles, like a strategy, or like I don't know how you say this, but like a chessboard, and you know, like somebody definitely playing or like being active at it, you know. Is because, you know, once the wheel turns, believe me, people, I can see it to these two cards here. Like the feminine energy is going to love having control, you know, of this thing here. And I can see it even to the Judgment and the Six of Pentacles, like pulling strings, you know, in her direction. In other terms, you know, she's going to give you a taste of your own medicine, but it's going to be different. It's going to be a feminine type of medicine. So, you know, to that Eight of Pentacles, brace yourselves, you know, DMs. because I can literally see this thing here coming, you know, the Magician to the Wheel of Fortune. There is a song, people, from the Braxtons, for those who know, it's called Who's the Boss? Who was the boss? That's the question that's being asked here. And I know it to that Emperor here too, is like, you know, who's the boss? I'm telling you, the feminine is the boss. I'm telling you. And there's another message that I'm having here, is like, you know, masculines, just keep working on yourself. The wheel is going to turn in your favor, you know. And something is saying to me, like, eventually the heartbreak, like everybody's heartbreak, is going to subside, you say in English. And believe me, it's just because of that cup energy, people. That's all that it is. You can only be mad for so long against somebody who's asking for your forgiveness, people. And if she drags it on for like forever, just re-question, you know, your choice, you know, in your feminine, because a true feminine will eventually forgive you. This one here, she has a strategy. She's just playing with you, standing her ground, playing with you. Believe me, that's the truth. Displaying strength, you know, to you. And you know what you would have to do if your DM is playing such games, you know, with you? You're going to have to stand your ground, because that's the truth, and display some strength to her too, in that king, you know, of air here. And I hope that you're catching this, because this is the most important message of this whole thing here, because that woman is going to come with that wrath, people, believe me. She's healed and she wants to give you like a taste of your own medicine, people, believe me. Even in that Six of Pentacles, like, give you exactly what you gave her, people, believe me. The key to that, you know, to the energy that she's displaying, when she flexes her muscles, you do the same thing, but mind you, these are like complementary and actually opposites energy. If she's like hype and she vents and she gives it to you like verbally, you just be quiet, take your distance, you know, and know like literally the connection that's behind all that. The love that's behind all that. I'm sorry, you know, but I gotta give this message here. The love that's behind all that. The connection and the passion that's behind all that, and even the reason why you would take all of that, like all this like cruelty a little bit from your feminine at times, you know, I can see it coming for a lot of you. Believe me, eventually she'll get tired of it, you know, and that's an important message to somebody here. I hope that you caught it. You just have to like balance or counter this Queen of Swords here. Yeah, I can see you guys, you know, like the feminine and the masculine energy, like rebuilding your connections and actually starting to be like couples this year here with this new love. And I can even see the couple here. Divine masculines, you're advised, you know, to rebuild this connection, because your counterparts, some of them are not playing, they're ready to leave actually, people, and I can even see it to this card here. Some of them are on their way, and believe me, you're lucky it's still the Eight of Cups, is because, you know, all the others like the World, the Death card, the 210 Swords and Wands are already out. You can still catch her, you know, but you got to do it now, believe me, to these two cards here, right here and now. To rebuild this connection now, because your person is on their way, like away from you. You're advised to learn from the past DMs, you know, so it's not going to repeat itself, you know. And especially from like the madness of the past, you know, you can never go back to that place again. That's what this here signifies to me. Like, do you understand? That's exactly the reason why your counterpart is walking away. It can never be the way it once was. Sorry. That's the lesson that you have to learn. That's what you're going to have to take on the way, you know, to rebuild this thing with this woman or with this feminine energy that's very real and waiting for you with this type of attitude here. So DMs, I hope that you caught the lesson and the message. The past can never repeat itself. Otherwise, your counterpart, your female counterpart, she will keep on finding herself like on her way away from you. Do you see that, DMs? If you do the literal work, people, and I know this card is here, and check this out, you know, even to the Hermit card. To the Hermit card, stay focused, DMs. Try to spend time with your person, and you can see that, like, you know, the Judgment and the Sun card is trapped, like, or your work is in between those two energies. Keep working on yourselves, you know, DMs, and even on your pentacles, believe me. Be proactive, be in the masculine energy. That's what you're advised to do, instead of just like being in the hangman energy. That's not the one. If you do that, you can see it, that idea of a family with your divine counterparts and that sense of victory. I know it to that Ace of Wands here. You have a possibility, DMs, to get this union here, and you have to seize it, you know, because the result, believe me, is absolutely beautiful. The result is exactly what you always wanted to have. Yes, that's crazy. I can tell you, people, DMs, the negativity is just part of the process, people. That's all you have to keep in mind to that devil energy. It's like, you know, there are positive and negative forces on the face of this earth. And you may be serving one more than the other was part of the plan. That's how I see this, you know. The pain that somebody has felt, and you can see how this pain is so close to the feminine energy, was like part of the plan. It was like supposed to happen that way, is what I'm seeing here. And it's like, for reasons, people, believe me, in that devil that you, DM, do not have to understand. I'm saying to you like what Spirit is trying to tell you now. I know it to that card, like the Five of Cups here, is to like remove you from the fact that you regret these things, you know. I know it's here somewhere. Sorry if it's not, you know. It's like it's trying to lift up your guilt, you know, by saying to you that at the end of the day, everything went according to the plan. With that devil energy, like there are forces that are above you, but at the end of the day, everything is balanced, you know. So whether the pain that your DM, I mean the DM, is feeling for the moment, or that they once inflicted the DF, believe me, people, all of that is part of the plan in some way. And to that like Hierophant here, people, I know exactly what I'm trying to tell you. I hope that you caught the message, you know. It was supposed to happen that way. It's a little bit like the pain is part of the game, people. This here to the DMs, you know, listening to me. And I know it, you know, because I'm a Cancer and I love that moon energy, and it's already nighttime here. Tonight, like, really weigh the pros and contrasts about your person or your feminine energy. Be like pragmatic, like a real man, you know, and you'll see the decision you come up with, you know. Believe me, you're going to decide eventually to follow this union here. This year, I'll tell you what it is, Spirit, like advising you to start being proactive. I know it to that Ace of Wands there. And it's telling you as well, be careful of your power, you know, DMs, because you know now the damage that your power can cause. You can really mess somebody up, and then, you know, like so much so that they literally need like therapy after you. It feels like you have so many decisions, you know, to make. And I'm telling you, starting tonight, starting now, make up your minds, you know, DMs. It's funny, this is not over, but I have no more cards in my hands, you know. So that was my reading for you, DMs, for 2021. It is possible that this one here may have a part 2, but I'll see, you know. I have like enough readings to do like for 2021. So I hope that you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I wish you a good one. You know, if you want to donate to the Empress and her family, or to my channel, or book a private reading with me, everything is in the description box. Have a nice one again. Take care of yourselves, stay healthy, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.